How many of you have had the feeling that you never have sufficient time to get through your to-do list? As a college student, full-time employee, husband, brother, and a number of other hats, I know how it feels to have a seemingly endless list of things I need to get done and only a limited amount of time to do it. I know that this situation is not unique to me. In a world with increasing freedom in our schedules and Uh, thanks to the internet, it's becoming easier and easier for our jobs, classwork, and other responsibilities to be done at our convenience. This means that the need for scheduling our day and organizing our time has become even more important. My hope is to inform those that are listening of how to maximize the time that is given each day. First, I want to inform you why this is so important and some of the negative effects that come from excessive amounts of stress that often results from not organizing our time well. And after that, I would love to tell you about some effective ways to manage our time. For those of you who have never felt the weight of multiple deadlines or needing to get several things done at once, I applaud you because you have your life in order way better than I do. But for those who have experienced this story will sound familiar. I was talking with a near and dear friend of mine. We'll call her Jennifer. Jennifer told me of a time that she was struggling to maintain her sanity during a 15 credit class load, her full-time work schedule, and trying to find time to run the normal day-to-day errands like getting groceries, keeping her house clean, and doing other adulting like activities. This period of high stress was manageable at first, but after some time, Jennifer told me that she felt like she was one slip up from a full-blown panic attack. She came to me to ask for some advice on how to juggle each of the things that she was needing to manage. We began to ask ourselves the following question: how can I maximize the time given in a day? As Jennifer and I asked ourselves this question, we began to see some of the things that were causing her stress, and we also found that this problem was not exclusive to Jennifer, and it was rather widespread. We came to the conclusion that by answering this question of how to maximize her time, we could help her find a more manageable way to get through each of the things on her to-do list. Here are some of the things that we looked into in an attempt to answer that question. Is it possible that Jennifer had simply overbooked herself? That she needed to drop a couple of classes, adjust her work schedule, or have somebody help her with her household activities? Or were there ways for Jennifer to still be able to tackle all of those tasks without needing to drop any of them? We decided that we were going to see if there was a stress reducing way to tackle each of these tasks without getting gray hair at the ripe age of 21 and this before deciding to drop those classes or adjust her work schedule. Some of the things that we found as we began to look into this were rather interesting. As we looked into some studies about the problem at hand, we found that 70% of employees work beyond scheduled time and on weekends, and more than half cited self-imposed pressure as the reason. That study was done by the Society for Human Resource Management. In another study by the Health of Advisors report, we found that 63% of financial advisors who described themselves as lacking time management skills and discipline experienced health issues, including sleep apnea and high blood pressure. Upon learning these facts, I was shocked to realize the depth and importance of the topic at hand. This led me to look into some time management strategies that would help each of us to find ways to more effectively get through the things that we are called to do each day. This study was done by Kristen Maddox with the University of Southern New Hampshire. She wrote this article in 2020 at the start of this new year. And the first of these things is kind of directed towards students, but its principles can be applied anywhere. The first principle is understand what your assignments entail and when they're due. Even if your assignments aren't academic in nature, this is important. It certainly helps to know what is required in order to be able to accomplish it. If the task is rather large and completion is not possible in one day or in one sitting, it helps to break those assignments up into manageable chunks to ensure completion. Number two is to develop a schedule and stick to it. By establishing what you're going to do and when you're going to do it, you are creating a plan for how you are going to structure your day. When you're consistent in that schedule you put in place for yourself, you can ensure that different tasks get done at different points in the day. Number three is to set time limits on specific tasks. By ensuring that one task doesn't engulf your entire day, you can make sure that you can get to the other smaller tasks that are needed to get done that day as well. Number four is to use technology wisely. An interesting thing that we found as I spoke with Jennifer about her current time management strategies was that she was spending more than an hour a day on social media. While technology can be a tool that promotes productivity, it can also be a major distraction. Jennifer was losing an entire hour of her day every day by mindlessly scrolling through a seemingly infinite feed of posts on Instagram. That's an hour I'm sure we would all love to get back in our days. When we're working on an important task, it can be helpful to put your phone in another room or in a drawer to ensure that it doesn't distract you while you're trying to be productive. And number five is to schedule rewards for tasks completed. Maddox mentions that breaks and scheduled times to recharge are completely essential. If Jennifer spends her entire day running around from errand to errand with no break in between, stress and burnout can easily be introduced into the equation. For this very reason, it's important for everyone to take breaks and reward themselves for tasks completed. This helps you to recharge and have the energy that you need to go about the rest of your day and prepare yourself for the next. My hope is that we can all find ways to better manage our time and to balance the many things that are on our plates. This idea of maximizing the amount of time given in a day is something that can help us to realize the mental and physical health benefits that come from utilizing our time wisely. My conversations with Jennifer resulted in both of us applying these time management strategies in our lives, and both of us have seen increases in our mental and physical health and also in our productivity and the amount of things that we can get done in a day. After all, wouldn't we all love to get more done in less time?